right, good morning, champions. Welcome us all to this morning's meeting. This morning's training is going to be super powerful, super educative, and enlightening. I need us to stay through this course of this training till the very beginning, from the very beginning till the very end. All right, we will all agree with me that follow-up is also a major tool where our business is concerned. Follow-up is a great and major tool where our business is concerned. And yes, for every venture, for every process has a psychology backing it up. So however you said you want to do this business and you don't understand the psychology behind it, you'll be having great issues where doing it professionally is concerned. So therefore, we'll be communicating the psychology behind follow-up this day. All right, now diving right into it. So before we proceed, what is follow-up? What is follow-up? It is every conversation. Follow-up is every conversation or interaction you have with the prospect who you have exposed to the business towards getting them to make a joining decision. Follow-up is every conversation or interaction you have with a prospect who you have exposed the business to towards getting them to make a joining decision. Now, follow-up is also a process of education and understanding. In the follow-up process, this is when you begin to communicate more of the potentials of the opportunity with them, more of the things they need to know about the opportunity you have shown them. So it is a process of continuous education and understanding. You need to keep doing it till you get them sign up. If they join your team, then you guys can take it up from there. And educating the prospects on why our business is the best fit for them. Educating them as to why the best business they can do is the one you are showing them now, or making them see how that the one you are showing them now would pay more than the one they are currently doing. Now, what does follow-up mean? Talking about follow-up, the fortune is in the follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up. Like I always tell everybody, now, what is the essence of you running a presentation, making people run presentations for people, and you ended up not following them up? Now, there's a way they get interested from the get-go. Their level of interest is on the rise. Why? Because their level of temptation, their level of interest, their level of interest is on the rise, because the follow-up has a lot to do with establishing them, making them see the potential in it. So immediately you sign or you make them see the opportunity, it is your due responsibility to follow them up. And in this follow-up, you begin to show them more of the potentials, more of the possibilities. This begin to stimulate their interest the more, making them see, oh, wow, really? Yes, exactly. So that's why we say the fortune is in the follow-up. The follow-up is done after showing the presentation. Immediately your prospects see the presentation, the next thing is follow-up. Immediately start. Okay, what was major for you? How was it like? Fantastic, right? What did you like about it? So immediately after the follow-up presentation, immediately after the presentation, follow-up is the next thing. Now, your follow-up must be done within 24 to 48 hours. Your follow-up must be done like max. Your follow-up should be within 24 to 48 hours maximum, because you know how human mind works. It's very, very funny. If you don't follow them up, you are not most likely not getting to see the potentials in them. Now, what do I mean by that? Your follow-up must be done within 24 to 48 hours, in the sense that this is when they just saw the presentation. So their level of interest is still on the rise. So that follow-up is to make sure you are topping it, making them see more of the potential, making them see the value, making them see why they need to become a part of your business. Now, taking it a bit further, if you don't follow through, they forget what you show them. Like I just said, immediately you show them the opportunity, within 24 max 48 hours, you must follow them up, follow them through to show them the possibilities consistently. Now, within 48 hours, your prospect would have spoken to the whole world, asking their opinion. This accumulates a lot of negativity. That's why you find many times when a lot of people are shown the opportunity, when they are shown the opportunity, they are so interested, and 2-3 days after, boom, they just lose interest all of a sudden. Why is it like that? Is because you refused to follow them up. And the world, they have gone out there to seek the opinion of people about the opportunity. And you know how the world can be. They will have polluted their mindset. They will have polluted their mindset. And immediately that is done, there is nothing you can say to get them converted back to making them see the potentials again. That is why you need max, within 48 hours max, you must have given them a call, send them a text, make sure you clear their doubt before they start speaking to the whole world about it, before negativity sets in. Before negativity sets in. Now, yes, this is why you need to strike when the iron is hot. Operation strike when the iron is hot. This is when they just saw the opportunity. So you need to strike immediately before they tend to hear anything about what they just saw about the opportunity in another person's mouth, that don't have the understanding of how it works. Strike immediately. Strike immediately. Strike when the iron is hot. Strike when the iron is hot. So this is what follow-up really means that we are missing out on. Now, follow-up fact. 90% of prospects need to be followed up on before they sign up. Now, you will agree with me, quite a lot of us here, if not for follow-up, we will not be in the business today. A very good point is, I remember Eniola's case, how that he saw the presentation, and Zilonia, she had to start following her up consistently. It was because of this follow-up that made her part of us today. If not for that follow-up, Eniola will not be in the economy today. Follow-up. So a larger percentage of the people that will sign up in your business most likely are a product of professional follow-up. If you don't follow them up, there is higher chances that you are going to lose them. Now, immediately the presentation is over, start following up. Immediately the presentation is over, start following up, because follow-up has a lot of fortune in it. However, for better results, you can follow up before the meeting starts by prepping them. This opportunity you're about to see is an amazing opportunity. This opportunity you're about to see is a one-time, lifetime business investment. You are really going to like it, and do well to keep an open mind, like you're already prepping their mind towards what they are about to see. And if you don't follow up on time, you stand the risk of losing your prospect to someone who follow up. Now imagine if you show somebody the presentation, the opportunity today, and on the long run, you forgot to follow up on them. I think this case has happened before. Jumoke showed that person the opportunity, and she did not follow up on that person. By the time she later met with the person has signed up in another team, I think Secure Your Future campaign. But what if she had followed up consistently on this person? There's high probability that she could have won her over to her own team. So follow-up is very, very important, guys. This is one major part I need us to take cognizance of. I need us to put into perspective. If you don't follow up on time, you stand the risk of losing your prospect to someone who follows up. Now, every prospect has 3 potential uplines. So don't think because you are not following up, someone else would not. A lot of people are out there looking for how they can leverage on somebody who is already open-minded. So you need to be very smart and decisive about the people you are showing this opportunity. Make sure you are doing it consistently. Now, following up before presentation. During the section, our senior consultant may be selecting a few people they will mentor. Personally, I hope you are selected. Now, let me communicate this psychology to us professionally and properly. This is one method we have been playing down on. Now, whenever you bring a prospect to your upline or to a section to present for them to see the presentation, we are going to be including this in our modus operandi now, so that everybody can get familiar, and you can screenshot it just in case you think you can forget. Now, right upon you inviting them for that presentation, start making them understand during that presentation you're about to see, there's going to be a selection. Our mastermind mentors, they are going to be selected. Make sure by all means, try everything possible to make sure you are selected. So you've already prepped their mind. So this opportunity I'm about to see, they are going to select, and I really need to be among, because Mr. Chiun told me, Mrs. Olajumoke told me about this, so I need to be selected. So they will do everything possible. They will go all the way to make sure they end up being selected. Why? Because you've told them that our mentors are going to be selecting some set of people that are going to be trained. So they would embrace it with an open mind and make sure they do everything possible for them to be selected. These are the psychology behind this follow-up, guys, that we are really playing down on. Now, what series of activities constitute follow-up? What series of activities constitute follow-up? Please, I need us to pay close attention to this. Now, when it comes to follow-up, following through is a sequence of activities you engage in to ensure your prospects meet with you, so as to take them through another exposure. Your upline, your mentor, your whatever has done the needful by running the presentation for your prospect. Your own duty as the person that brought that person is to consistently take. That's why you can't but know so much about the opportunity, is to consistently take them through the course of another exposure. You need to keep exposing them to mind-blowing possibilities about the opportunity. This is in a bit to what? Stimulate their interest. You need to keep stimulating their interest. So immediately presentation is done for your prospect, it is your 100% responsibility to go ahead and start exposing your prospect to mind-blowing opportunities to stimulate their interest and get them sign up. That's the first thing you need to take into consideration. Now, you can invite them for question and answer. Yes, start in, okay, so this, any question, ask me questions. You can even invite them over. What are the questions you have? Question and answers. You can invite them for our class. Yes, invite them over and have some level of interrogation. How far, what was major for you? What is your major fear? Why this, why that, why that? You give them the privilege to express themselves. So this way you'll be able to understand their own psychology about the opportunity, and you'll be able to answer them properly and professionally. And this is why you really need to also go all the way where the knowledge of the opportunity is concerned. Yes, put them in a three-way call with your leader to pep talk them. Now, let's say I am your leader. You are my success line. You brought a prospect. Immediately, they are done. And you follow them up, like, okay, I would like you to speak to one of our leaders. He has some things that I really want you to hear from him or her. So you call, WhatsApp call is so good for this one. You call your prospect, and most likely you must have informed your leader about that so that he can be aware. You call your prospect, you call your leader, you are there and you join this call together, and you guys have a pep talk. Through that three-way call, your leader will be able to pump into your prospect mind-blowing benefit of the opportunity that will stimulate more the interest of your prospect. So these are the things we have been playing down on, and we have not been leveraging on the fact that we need to make use of them to get best of result. Now, tell them that your leader has put finishing touches to a business plan tailored specifically for them, for him or her, and invite him to see your leader. Now, immediately they see the presentation, depending on the kind of person your prospect is, make sure at each and every point in time, you are making sure they get more exposed. And tell them that your leader has put finishing touches to a business plan tailored specifically for him or her. So how was it? So there's this final touch my mentor just did, specifically tailored for you. I really want you to show up in the office so that they can share it with you. You're about to enter a multi-million-dollar flow. This, that you sign the person up and make them so expectant to show up to see the business plan they draw out for them on their journey to financial freedom. This makes them more interested. This makes them more motivated. This makes them more fascinated in joining the business. Then you can send them a breakdown of the business on WhatsApp. Okay, go ahead again and talk to them. Okay, this. Where don't you understand? Okay, so you see this, when they said this is what it means, this is what it means, this is what it means, this is what it means. By all means, make sure you are giving them more enlightenment about the opportunity. And yes, most importantly, this works like magic. Send them short videos of success stories in network marketing. So I think time to time, as God help me, I'm going to be sending the short videos of success stories of people in our industry in network marketing, so that you can be motivated and you can also use it to motivate and encourage your prospect. Then you can send them alerts. Yes, well, I think as God helps, we'll be screenshotting alerts now, sending to the group so that you can use it to share with other people testimonies. Yes, now all you need to do is find a creative way. In summary, all you need to do is to find a creative way of staying in touch, taking them from one exposure to the other till they become part of your business. This is your sole responsibility, guys. We need to be very particular about this. You need to find a creative way to stay. I don't know how to talk, keep in touch. You need to find a creative way of staying in touch and making sure you're not just staying in touch, but you're taking them from one exposure to the other till they become part of your business. Part of your business. Now, plug them into your prospecting funnel using your diary. Now, I've told some of us this over and over again. You need to have a book that you are using to track your daily activities where meeting and connecting people is concerned in this business, so that you will know, okay, what was the last thing I told this person? What do I need to tell this person again? But if you don't write it down, if you don't have a diary, or if you don't have a reminder on your phone, this will be very difficult for you because you have a whole lot of things that you are trying to do. So keeping track by using your diary or a jotter would give you a better way of actually following these people conversation wise. Now, when you have exposed your prospect to the presentation, your follow-up and closing begins immediately. Immediately. This cannot be overemphasized. You follow them up immediately. The line between the both of them is so thin that you can hardly distinguish between the two. That's follow-up and closing. Follow-up and closing, they so much look alike, but they are different. But you must make sure you are doing these two immediately. And in following up, you must find a creative way of taking the prospect from one, I think I said this, from one exposure to the next. You will then attempt to close at the end of every exposure. Make sure at each and every exposure that you give your prospect, you are closing them up as well. Then remember this SW format. I think most of us are not familiar with this SW format. Some will, some would, some won't. So what? Some is waiting, someone else is waiting. somewhere to hear it from you. So don't sabotage yourself whenever you get maybe on the long run you get turned down by one of them that I'm not this. Just encourage yourself with that SWE format. Some will, some won't. So what? Someone else is waiting to hear the good news of the economy from me. So I move. So I need us to take that into perspective. Now, you may ask, when do you stop follow up? When do you stop following up on your prospect? You follow up till either your prospect joins, you die, or they die. That's kind of funny, right? Yes. Now, what do I mean by that? It is never a ending process. You still chat them up, wish them happy birthday, wish them happy new month, find a creative way of just staying in touch. That is you still registering yourself and what you showed them in their mind. So now or later they might come back. They might come back saying that I want to join. So things to say when following up. Things to say when following up. Now, immediately the presentation is over, call and say, you can screenshot this, you will need this. Well, the section is being recorded, so it will be on our YouTube before the end of the day. Yes. So immediately the presentation is over, call and say, awesome, right? We have been getting some couple of payments from the presentation you just attended. I am calling to confirm if yours was among them. So anybody that is rationally thinking will be thrilled. Wow. So the presentation we all just saw now, some people are registering already. So that's you awaken their consciousness to take a bold step. That's immediately the presentation is done. Call them up and make them understand. Wow, how are you today? That presentation was awesome, right? So I just thought to tell you that we've gotten like 4 or 5 sign-ups from the presentation you just attended. I just wanted to confirm if your own was among. So that would spur some level of interest. Really, so we now let them speak. And if the prospect says they have paid, then ask them to send you the payment details and forward to your leader. Or if they say no, mine is not among them, say, wow, what happened? Why didn't you go all the way? So most likely they will give excuses or objections. Now, handling specific objections. How do you handle specific objections? Now, I don't have money. This is one major objections that is never ending. We always hear these objections every now and then. Now, this is one common objection, but it's important to note that it is not 100% valid. It is important to know that it's not 100% valid. Most times, it's due to another objection. How do I convince people? Most of them that have the money would hide under the umbrella of saying they don't have the money because the first thing that is coming to their mind or their major challenge is how to convince people. Now, when they say that, you go like this. Tade, Sunday, Victor, do you really want to do this business? Or is it saying you don't have money just a polite way of saying you are not interested? Most likely the prospect will reaffirm that they want to do the business. They use the feel, felt, found method. This is another method. FFF, the triple F. Feel, felt, found method. Now, how do you go about it? Sunday, I know how you feel. I felt the same way when I saw the business presentation. But I found a way because I was tired of being broke and I knew this business would solve my money problem, my no money problem. Can you see it? Feel, felt, found. Feel, felt, found. Feel, felt, found. Today, I know how you feel. The first one. I felt the second one the same way when I saw the business presentation. I found. I found a way because I was tired of being broke and I knew the business would solve my no money problem. Fantastic, right? Yes. No, it is you handling. Remember the topic of this section, psychology of follow-up. Then tell them what you did to find a way. most likely you might also be in their shoe when you wanted to join, right? So after, tell him, if he or she, tell them if they would find a way to raise it. If they find a way to raise it, you will work with them to succeed. So taking it a bit further, you can go ahead again and tell a story of someone who didn't have money, just in case you just had the money and you connected straight. You necessarily don't have to lie. There's always somebody in your team that would not have the money when they were shown. Tell a story of someone who didn't have money. Yetunde, I know how you feel. Still using the feel felt found now. You remind me of my mentor. You remind me of my mentor that was broke when she saw the business. She had to borrow to start because she knew that things were not going to change if she does not do something about it. I'll come again. Tunde, I know how you feel. You remind me of my mentor that was broke when she saw the business. She had to borrow to start because she knew that things were not going to change if she does not do something about it. So this is you telling a story. And now she is one of the highest earner in the company. Tell a story. You telling a story of another person now. Bought cars last year, one for our mom, one for our dad. So this story is most likely meant to motivate and make them see that if somebody like that could do that, they can also go all the way. So Tunde, would you like your story to change like us did? Most likely somebody who is strict will want to go all the way by saying, yes, I will. So then let's discuss options on how you can raise the money to start your own financial freedom journey. I hope I'm making sense. I hope you are getting a better psychology to this follow-up on this Zoom section this morning. Yes, it is important we all take this into perspective. It's going to help our profession if we know this, not just know this, but take it into use. Now, give them practical solutions, e.g., like Robert Kiyosaki will always say, OPM, other people's money. Robert Kiyosaki discussed this principle in his book. This is a concept that the rich people actually use to raise funds. They really don't have money at times, but they have understood and practicalized how to use other people's money to raise capital and venture into a business that would give them the money back and also make them profit on the long run. Now, tell them they can divide. You can also go like, tell them they can divide the money and borrow from various people. If 4 people give you 20K, that amounts to 80K today. Absolutely. You just need to have the proper way of going about it. Can I be real with you today? Where you are today is another one. Where you are today, your lifestyle, your bank balance, everything is as a result of the decisions you took some years ago. And where you will be in the next few years is as a result of the decisions you will take today about this business. I advise you to make the right decision, which you will benefit from by joining the business today. That is another one. That's another one. Now, taking us through how to handle objections where this following up is concerned. Now, how do you convince people? Still bringing the I feel, felt, found method your way. I know how you feel. I felt the same way when I joined because I didn't know how to convince people. But I realized that with this team, they have a system that takes away the convincing from you. So I plugged in and it has been the best decision. And we are all seeing it in a better perspective now. Or you can use the story method. You remind me of one of our high earners, Mrs. Didi. When she joined, she was very shy and was scared that the business wouldn't work for her. But thanks to our system today, she has become very successful by using our system. Now, for the set of people say, I can't convince people. Now, you go like, Tunde, how did I invite you to see this business? Did I convince you? Of course, no. I just sent you a recommendation text or depending on whatever means you use to prospect them. And you attended and you are excited about the business. Can you do the same? Can you send a text to someone? Then you can succeed in our business. It's that simple. Now, if you invited them via social media, tell them you will teach them to do it via social media as well. So let's go to the set of people of I don't have any friends. To the I don't have any friends set of people. FFF rule. Tell a story. FFF, I feel that way. I found out we can do this. And two, tell a story. Practical advice. Practical advice. We have a system that teaches you how to get people connected via social media, people that you don't even know. That's for the set of people that tells you or go like they don't have friends. Now, what if I don't get anybody to join? Now, you go like, me, Shade, Motrayo. Do you really want to do this business? Or are you just saying, what if you don't get anybody to join as an excuse? So most times, Kemu will confirm that she wants to do the business. Now, feel felt found method comes in again. I know how you feel. I felt the same way. But when I used the system, I was able to grow a team of people who would be willing to learn how to use the system. Now, truth be told, doing it on your own may not be able to get any people, but if you link them up with a professional like us, chances are high that they will get started. Kemi, what do you currently do? This is the fourth one of people that don't have friends. What do you currently do? Imagine if your MD, where you are at work, where you are working, refuse to start that business that you are one of their employees today due to the fear of what if I don't get customers? If we all keep saying that nothing will succeed in the world, absolutely nothing will. So all those people that you are also working for, where job is concerned, they took the risk to start without 100% assurance that they will get customers, but they believe that when they start it, the right resources, the right customers will join them and make them on the way. Now, we have over 200 partners in the zillionaire economy, all from one man who has a big vision but was once a copper who really had no capital, huge, whatever as well. So if he can do it, you can as well. If a ordinary copper could embrace and say yes to his big vision, and today he has over 200 partners, that's to tell you you can have so much more. You can have so much more. Now, means of exposure. Means of exposure. Now, number one, follow-up calls. You can't be stingy with calls, guys. For the set of people who find it difficult to call their prospect, check up on their success lines. Please, you need to take all this into perspectives. At times, some people don't get permanently convinced with just one presentation. You need to show them another presentation. You need to present and present and present and present again for some people to get the gist, for some people to get connected and see the opportunity in a better perspective. So some people would have to see the presentation like 3 times, 4 times. I've had like 2 people like that. I had to show them 3 times, 4 times before I was able to bring them in permanently. Presentation video. We have our YouTube channel now. Go there and download that video on your phone. Have that video on your phone. So wherever it is that you get to, you can present by using that presentation video. I'm coming up with a very short video soon of our presentation that won't take more than 15 minutes and will explain in details how anybody can understand how we function. The video will be up real soon. As soon as it is, I would share it with us. Product sampling. Some people you might not get some people connected because of the money. Some people just want to live healthy. So there are some people that you would have to share your product with, and through that product, you can get them in. Greetings. Say hello to them. Pick up on them. Make sure you are part of their day every now and then. Then learn to build one-on-one rapport with them. After they see the presentation through your system, book them for a one-on-one talk. Get to talk, converse with them, rub minds with them. This is how you get to know their mindset, where the opportunity is concerned. This is how you will now be able to channel it rightly. But how do you do this if you don't have one-on-one with them? It will be difficult. And make sure you are exposing. Now we have our QSG on our channel as well. Immediately they see the presentation and they are ready to get started. Make sure they see our QSG. Make sure they see our QSG. This will answer all their silent questions. QSG is another exposure that establish people in the knowledge and understanding of the business. The you that is here today, you have to see it over and over and over and over again before you understood. The same thing for the people you are bringing in. You have to take it into perspective. Commenting on their WhatsApp status, social media posts, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Now, some of us are very guilty of this. So let me take out time to address it. Okay, I think the person I'm talking to is even on the Zoom section. Good. Now, it is a taboo. It is a networking taboo. Now, if you don't know before, just know now. It is a networking taboo to pass by your prospect status, not just your prospect status now, even the people that are already in the business, pass by their status and not comment. Go to Facebook, you see their post, you cannot like, you cannot comment. These are the little things that matter that we don't know. You've forgotten that people are watching. All those things that is happening that you guys are doing online, people are observing, but you don't know. Comment on their status, like their posts, comment on their posts, Facebook, Instagram. Find each and every means to stay in touch, not just offline, but as well online. Your prospect, that the person just prospected, uploaded a fine hair, fine sneakers. Oh, wow, nice sneakers. Where did you get it from? I would like to have something like that. Hey, good one. That was a fantastic quote. Encourage, like, make sure you are in their day every now and then. That is how to stay in touch. That's how you register your awareness in their mind. It keeps reminding them that you told them about a particular business. So they can't but give it a thought. Why? Because you are always, you are not stalking them as it were, but every now and then you are always in the picture for them. Why? Because you won't stop commenting on their WhatsApp status, you won't stop liking their posts on Facebook, commenting on Instagram, and all of that. Your leaders upload a post, you find it difficult to share. They have to preach and preach and preach before you share, before you comment. It is wrong. It is wrong. If you don't know before, now you know. Please let that bad habit. It's called bad habit of networking. Let it stop today. Let it stop today. Now that you have encountered the truth. Now, giving them an office tour. Yes, we are believing God. We are going to get a better and new office. At times, that girl them thrilled. Wow, see their office, very neat, very fine. I would like to be a part of this family. All of this brings about a lot of interest. They want to be interested. They are sharing, this cannot be overemphasized as well. Sharing success stories and recent events with them. I see this person just made 100K. I see this person just made this. We're having an event, hangout, Zilonia, whatever coming up. By all means, make sure you are, and yes, wishing them happy birthdays and happy new months. You must make this consistent, most especially for your prospect, the people that you are bringing into the business. Now, what to do if they are adamant about them having no money to join? That's why you need to keep staying in touch with them. Collect name lists from them. Okay, now that you are not interested, who are those open-minded set of people that you know on your contact list that you can share with me, that I can do business with? So let them give you let them expose you to their contact. This is why you need to stay in touch with them. Then do affiliate. Do affiliate. What's the meaning of doing affiliate? Now tell them, all right, so if you can give me 5 of your friends that will join, I will give you 10% of my connector bonus. If you can give me 20% that will join my business, I will give you 5% of my connector bonus. That's you doing affiliates with them, partnering with them to grow your network. Now that they say they are not doing, most likely they would end up having someone in their relationship that will want to do. So do affiliates with them. Do affiliate with them. So with all this, I want to believe we have been able to learn better. We now understand the psychology behind follow-up. We now understand the psychology behind follow-up. Now, as I end this